We all know about those players that use and manipulate people for sex, but there is a different type of user out there. I'm going to share with you today the signs so you can look out for this type of user and avoid them. And if you want more videos on how to take charge of your love life, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and I'll get them right to you. All right, so let's get started. These kind of users are extremely dangerous. Why? Because they exploit people for time, money, sex, and even emotional support. You'll know you're with a user if the relationship feels one-sided, that everything is under their terms, under their rules, and when you make a request, somehow they say yes and then they back out or they flake. So you're putting all the emotional effort, and even when you want more, they say no, and they have really strong boundaries and they only do what they want to do. And to give you an example, I had a client that was telling me her ex-boyfriend would only see her once a week, and they were dating for at least 6 months already, but he would not give her any other time, and he said if you don't like it, too bad. But he required her to, on Saturday, no matter what she had to do, she had to drop the ball. Saturday at 6 p.m., that was their date night. And that was all she got out of him. So that's a big red flag. Another red flag is when you've been dating for a while and this person is not sharing you with their friends and family or even social media. And I'm talking about like several months, like 3 or more months, and you're seeing that there's no progression. Well, this person's kind of hiding you, and that is a big red flag. Another sign is when their actions and words do not match. They're telling you all these future plans, they're integrating you with words, but you're not seeing the integration in person, right? So they're like, oh, I want to introduce you to my friends and family and all those things. And then, 5 months down the line, you haven't met anyone. Or they're like, let's take a trip together, a vacation. And every time you suggest a place, they change the subject and they're like, oh, let's just hang out at the bar over here in the local place. So it's number one, again, we said in their terms. Number two, they're making promises, but they're not delivering. Another sign is when they only reach out when they're lonely. So you could be messaging them, you could be writing them, and you're noticing that they don't write you back. Maybe they'll write you back all of a sudden randomly at 2 a.m, or when they don't have anything going on and they're bored. You are the last person on their list of priority. So they contact you because they want that emotional support. Another sign is they're only available when they need you. When you're going through crisis or trauma or something major, they're not there. They said they can't handle it. They're too busy, or they're emotionally not able to handle it. And then they'll ghost you. And then all of a sudden they'll come back into your life when they need something. So they're never there for you in a meaningful way, and they're never there to help you out. And another sign is when your trusted friends and family don't like them. And I'm not talking about just a few people. I'm talking about many of your friends. And they keep telling you that this person is using you. They're telling you that they're seeing lack of boundaries. That is a red flag that you need to listen to and not walk away. Another sign is they tend to have the me syndrome, okay? That means no matter what you talk about, the conversation seems to circle back to them. And everything is about them. Their needs, their wants, their issues, it's all about them. And a very important sign is your instincts tell you that something's wrong. I will tell you with intuition, you'll know. There's this feeling of resentment, this feeling like you're being used, and you just don't really trust the person, but you're doubting yourself. That's usually when your instincts are telling you, hey, you're being used. Pay attention. Danger, danger, danger. Listen to it. Another sign is when they lack accountability. This is someone who is always a victim and never taking accountability for the bad situations in their life. Now, I'm not talking about once in a while us being victimized. I think that's a different story. I'm talking about somebody that has a pattern over and over again. They are being victimized. They seem to have a problem with an outside force or an evil person that's always there to get them. that's when there's a problem, because they're not really paying attention to the choices that they're making or what they're bringing into their lives. They're not taking accountability for the part that they played in bringing these bad situations in their life. Another sign is you feel manipulated or guilty around them. They constantly make you feel bad about yourself, that you're not doing enough. And that is a sign that you're being used, because they're tricking you in doing more and really hitting to your self-esteem so that you feel guilt and you want to do more for them. That is definitely dangerous when you're a people pleaser. This is like the user loves the people pleasers. And by people pleasing these users, you will continue to attract predators, manipulators, narcissists, users again, right? There are people out there that are willing to reciprocate. As much as you give, they will give back. It's time for you to receive. It's time for you to be uplifted in your relationships. With strong boundaries, you can definitely be treated like a priority in a relationship and get the respect you want. Thank you so much for joining. Please leave your comments, questions, thoughts below. I do respond. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for joining me.